What's up, guys? Brandon with Strict Vision Athletics. So today we're going to be talking about arms. I mean, who in their right mind isn't excited for arm day when it really comes down to it? So this is going to be a fun one. 6 exercises, 3 supersets, push and pull. This is the way with which I like to do arms. I always target the biceps and triceps simultaneously. I do not do biceps with back, triceps with chest. I've seen people do that. I just don't think it's a good idea. I think one of those muscle groups is by nature going to get neglected if you're doing that sort of a split. I like doing arms all by themselves. It's important. It's important to do. So let's get into it. So for the first exercise here, for the arms, we're going to do arm wrestling curls with the Caillou bell, followed by skull crushers on the cable machine using the steadfast attachment. Now, for these, you're going to need 2 pieces of equipment in order to operate. The first one is the Caillou bell. This is from kabukistrength.com. These are a wonderful 3-sided dumbbell with a very unique feel to them. You can take them on counterweight. You can do what is called a long head, a short head. You can rack them, which is where you put the Caillou bell in the middle of your wrist and it goes up onto your forearm. There's a lot of different stuff you can do with this. If you want to know more about that, you can either go on kabukistrength.com. They've got a wonderful EDU section where they'll explain that to you, or just follow our page and we do some stuff with that as well. But regardless, what you're doing with this, you're going to grab the grip that most fits your strength level. This is a lot grip strength, you guys. So wherever you're at, you're going to have to kind of judge for yourself, and you're going to do that by sort of dancing between the 3 on the Caillou bell. From here, you're going to curl up and roll over. Think of the movement that an arm wrestler goes through when he is taking down an opponent. That's the same movement that this is designed to simulate with the Caillou bell as your style of resistance. So what I'm doing is I'm doing right hand up and over, left hand up and over, and then right hand back to the beginning, left hand back to the beginning. So you'll see this in the video, and that's pretty much how you can do them individually or you can do them together. Together kind of feels more like a Zottman curl where you're kind of like coming up, pronate, rotate, down, supinate. But either way, together, single arm, just do that. The Caillou bell's perfect style of resistance for this particular exercise. Next, we have the skull crushers on a cable machine with the steadfast attachment. Now, steadfast makes a very thin, almost like steel plate style of resistance with this cable attachment. It fits in the palms of your hand, and I really like that. It for some reason feels a lot better on the triceps, and the contraction is almost more advanced when you do this as opposed to just traditional straight bar with a rolling round feel to it. When your palms are open, it just hits the tricep in a really unique way. It's hard to explain until you try it. But this is a really, really worthwhile attachment to get. Steadfast exerciseequipment.com, that's where you can get that. That's a really, really good one. I really like both of those. So next we have the Banff hammer curls and the overhead tricep extension. So the Banff hammers are really cool. I love hammers for resistance because it's all based on counterweight. The Banff hammers have these big rubberized mallet heads and then these steel shafts. And you're going to put your hand on the shaft depending on where your level of strength is. Closer up to the mallet is going to be easier. Further away from the mallet, down the shaft, is going to make it harder. You're going to do curls in a supinate position with both hands. I would do them individually. I wouldn't do them together. It's going to take all your concentration in order to do these with one arm. So do that, and then if you want to advance, just shift your hand away from the mallet down the shaft. Next, we have overhead tricep extension using the dumbbells. This is pretty simple and straightforward. You're going to get a dumbbell that's going to be pretty hefty. You're going to want something that's going to basically challenge you with 2 hands. Hands are going to be together. Diamond position around the dumbbell itself looks like that. And you're going to take it over your head. You can do these seated or you can do them standing, whatever is comfortable for you. This is one of the easier exercises inside of this to execute inside of a public gym, so that's nice. Next, we have the cable curls using the Arm Assassin V-Grip and the Power Plate Diamond Push-Up Isometric. So for this, you're going to need 2 pieces of equipment. The first is the V-Bar by Arm Assassin, armassassin.com. He makes custom beefy cable attachments. The cool thing about this and several other of his attachments of this nature is that they have this wheel and chain device that rolls with your movement. So as you curl, the wheel pulls the chain over the wheel, and it just adds a level of difficulty to the exercise. As you wheel, you have to actually curl as you go. So the last exercise in this superset is the Power Plate Diamond Push-Up Isometric. So for this, you're going to need a power plate. Power plate is one of the best pieces of equipment for lymphatic drainage, but also for added resistance. I have the power plate Move, so it's it's not a small unit by any means, but it's smaller than some of their other permanent fixture ones that are huge. This one can kind of move around the gym, as its name implies. The cool thing about this is that if you want to do something like a diamond push-up, you can activate the power plate, it'll vibrate, and you can go through movements, and it will add a level of difficulty to them just by being on the pad. So for this one especially, I'm doing a diamond push-up, and I'm doing it for a minute, and I'm doing it at an isometric, so I'm coming down to 90 degrees, which is peak contraction, and I'm holding it there for 1 minute. Now, the power plate also has a timer on it, so it's easy for me to keep track of where I'm at. If you don't have a power plate, just do these on the ground. It's really the only alternative for you. There's nothing else that can really give you the same resistance that that machine will. Once you start implementing it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. That's it. So that's 6 exercises. That's a lot of movement. I know, guys, that's not the most user-friendly thing out there. There's a lot of advanced equipment in there. As always, these workouts are designed for our facility with our clients. We do design custom workouts for you in your space. If you have interest in that, let us know. Send us a message.